Think about the last time you flew somewhere. The check-in kiosk that froze, the security checkpoint where you remove your laptop, your belt, your shoes, as if the technology hasn't changed in 20 years. The gate agent announcing, with complete calm, that your flight is delayed. Again. This is the airport experience most of the world has accepted as normal. In the United States, nearly 1 in 4 flights at JFK arrives late, with average delays stretching over 76 minutes. The American Society of Civil Engineers gives U.S. aviation infrastructure a C+ grade and estimates a funding gap of $114 billion over the next decade. Now hold that image, because on the other side of the world, something fundamentally different is happening. Not an upgrade, not a renovation, a reimagining of what an airport is, what it should be, and how fast it can be built. When Beijing Daxing opened in September 2019, it had been 5 years since the first shovel hit the ground. At peak construction, 40,000 workers were on site. The result? The world's largest single-structure airport terminal, 700,000 square meters of flowing, starfish-shaped architecture, connected directly to high-speed rail, embedded with 5G, facial recognition at every checkpoint, and 68 integrated smart systems talking to each other in real time. And this wasn't the only one. Not even close. Number 10. Xi'an-Xianyang International Airport, Terminal 5. Terminal 5 has a floor area of 700,000 square meters, larger than all 3 of the airport's previous terminals combined. It runs a full facial recognition boarding system, check-in, security, boarding, all through your face. 1 second. The gate opens. Beyond that, AI-controlled baggage routing begins before you've even landed. A personalized gate guidance system tells you which direction to walk just by scanning your face as you pass a camera. Because this is Xi'an, home of the Terracotta Army and the beginning of the Silk Road, the terminal also incorporates a museum of Tang Dynasty artifacts discovered during construction. Heritage and technology in the same building on the same day. Terminal 5 pushes total capacity toward 83 million annual passengers. Number 9. Chongqing Jiangbei International Airport. Chongqing Jiangbei is now the first airport in all of inland China to operate 4 runways and 4 terminals simultaneously. Terminal 3B, completed in late 2024, is reportedly the largest single satellite terminal building in the world. Total capacity: 80 million passengers and 1.2 million tons of cargo annually. Since 2017, coordinated upgrades with Chinese air traffic control pushed hourly aircraft movements from 45 to 60 per hour. The city is also a testing ground for urban air mobility, drone logistics, air taxis, and short-range transport connecting eventually to airport infrastructure. Number 8. Chengdu Tianfu International Airport. In 2021, Chengdu became only the 3rd Chinese city, after Beijing and Shanghai, to open a second full-scale international airport. Tianfu isn't just an airport, it's an intermodal hub. Beneath the terminal, 4 high-speed rail lines and 2 metro lines converge. Passengers from 28 cities can reach Tianfu in 3 hours by rail. A driverless underground people mover connects both terminals. Huawei deployed gigabit 5G coverage throughout, and Metroline 19 provides a 30-minute non-stop express link between Tianfu and Chengdu's other airport. 2 airports, 1 city, connected by express metro. Tianfu handled nearly 45 million passengers in 2023, its 2nd full year of operation. Number 7. Shenzhen Bao'an International Airport. Built in the shape of a manta ray, Bao'an's story is what the building does to the people inside it. In October 2024, Terminal 3 activated facial recognition boarding across all gates, a 30% boost in boarding efficiency, with over 500,000 passengers processed in the first month at a 98% success rate. A 3rd runway opened in November 2025. The airport serves as the Asian Pacific cargo hub for UPS Airlines and handles over 45 million passengers annually. There are also robot baristas that brew your coffee while you wait. That detail is small but telling. It says something about a philosophy where no part of the passenger experience is too trivial to optimize. Number 6. Shanghai Hongqiao International Airport. Hongqiao does something quietly that almost no airport in the world does at scale. It functions as a seamless air-rail interchange. The Hongqiao hub integrates an airport, a high-speed rail station, 2 metro lines, and a long-distance bus terminal into a single complex. You arrive by high-speed rail from anywhere on China's 42,000-kilometer network and transition to your flight without exiting the building. Rail to flight as a single ticket. When you collapse the friction of the journey this completely, flying stops being a hassle and starts being a system. Fast security, clear signage, 30 minutes to downtown Shanghai. Number 5. Shanghai Pudong International Airport. In 2024, Shanghai's 2 airports combined handled 4.2 million tons of air cargo, second in the world. Pudong alone registered 76.79 million passengers. What's coming next is more significant. Pudong's new digital and intelligent international cargo terminal, built on 5G, big data, and AI, is designed to fully automate cargo handling and generate real-time visibility across every piece of freight in the system. The operating partner includes Swissport, a Swiss logistics giant, making this a globally integrated intelligent cargo platform, not a closed system. This is an operational global hub being continuously upgraded in real time without stopping. Number 4. Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport. On October 30, 2025, Guangzhou Baiyun opened Terminal 3 with a total investment of 53.77 billion yuan, roughly 7.5 billion US dollars, becoming only the second airport in China to operate 5 runways. Total capacity now reaches 120 million passengers annually. But the technology of how it was built is the real story. Terminal 3 is the first large-scale hub terminal in China to fully apply building information modeling across every discipline and phase of construction, coordinating over 200 organizations from 4 countries, managing 25,000 builders at peak. The result? 50% reduction in rebar waste, 60% decrease in labor for structural operations, and an RFID security system that clears passengers in 6 seconds. The project won the Global Grand Prize at the 2025 Building Smart International Open BIM Awards. Inside, 199 check-in counters, 60 self-service kiosks, 59 automated baggage drop units. Outside, China's first open-air airport observation deck, its first preserved ancient tree park inside a terminal, and a botanical garden. The architecture is shaped like a blooming flower. Guangzhou's identity as the flower city made structural. The inaugural flight was operated by a C919, China's domestically developed commercial jet. This is infrastructure that functions, impresses, and endures. Number 3. Beijing Capital International Airport. At its peak in 2019, over 100 million passengers moved through Capital Airport annually, already beyond its designed maximum of 83 million. That's partly why Daxing was built. But the deeper point about Capital Airport is what it represents in the Chinese aviation system as a whole. It was the proving ground, where China stress-tested the mega-hub concept, discovered its limits, and responded by building Daxing. The decision-making loop, see the problem, build the solution, move on, operates in years, not decades. The U.S. has been discussing a new terminal at JFK for longer than it took China to plan, approve, build, and open Daxing from scratch. Beijing Capital and Daxing now work as a coordinated system. That coordination, between airports, rail networks, and digital platforms, is itself a form of technology. Number 2. Beijing Daxing International Airport. Construction began December 2014. Airport opened September 2019. 4 years and 9 months. 40,000 workers on site at peak. Over 100 new patents registered during construction. 65 new construction techniques developed. The terminal's steel roof required more than 170,000 members in a form never assembled at this scale. Over 1,150 anti-seismic isolation bearings were embedded into the foundation, so high-speed trains running directly beneath, at 250 kilometers per hour, wouldn't cause the structure above to vibrate. The terminal spans 700,000 square meters, 97 football pitches. From the center to the farthest gate in any direction, less than 600 meters. Less than 8 minutes of walking. Despite being the largest single terminal on Earth, it was deliberately designed so you don't feel lost in it. SenseTime's facial recognition operates across 58 security checkpoints at 99.9% accuracy, processing 260 passengers per hour each, up from 180 under the old system. RFID baggage tracking lets passengers follow their luggage in real time on their phones. The ground transportation center beneath houses 2 high-speed rail lines, 3 metro lines, and express airport trains. The entire infrastructure cost, airport plus all transport connections, was approximately $63 billion US. For context, adding just one additional runway at London Heathrow is estimated to approach or exceed that cost. That comparison alone should stop you in your tracks. Number 1. Dalian Jinzhouwan International Airport, under construction. The most technologically advanced Chinese airport isn't fully open yet. Dalian Jinzhouwan is being built on a man-made island in Jinzhou Bay. The island covers 21 square kilometers. Hong Kong International Airport covers 12.48 square kilometers. Japan's Kansai covers 10.5. Dalian Jinzhouwan will be the largest offshore airport in the world when it opens, projected for 2035. Terminal area, 900,000 square meters. 4 runways. Capacity scaling from 43 million to 80 million passengers annually. Why build on an island? Because Dalian's existing airport has been operational since 1924 and is now completely surrounded by urban development. There is no land. So China's answer: don't fight the geography, create the geography, engineer the land out of the sea, and build on it. More than 3,000 rock-embedded piles, each up to 1.6 meters in diameter, driven through complex underwater geology at depths 3 times greater than conventional land airport foundations. In open water, on schedule. This is an attitude toward infrastructure that the Western world has largely abandoned. The idea that if the ground isn't right, you make better ground. That engineering problems are solvable, not permanent. Here's what all 10 have in common beyond the technology and the scale. They were all built, rebuilt, or significantly upgraded within roughly 15 years. In that same period, the U.S. spent much of its energy debating whether to add a runway at Newark, arguing about JFK's $19 billion renovation, and watching the FAA manage air traffic with systems that trace their origins to software from the 1970s. As of mid-2024, China was simultaneously building 22 new airports. Not renovating, building. The plan: 450 civil airports by 2035, serving a projected 2 billion annual passengers. The gap between Chinese airports and their Western counterparts isn't about any single invention. China didn't discover facial recognition or 5G. The gap is about deployment, integration, the willingness to build the new thing at full scale rather than running pilot programs for a decade while committees debate the implications. The airports on this list are not promises. They are not renderings. Most of them are operational right now, running technology the average Western traveler won't encounter at their home airport for years, if ever. It's already here.